early one today. We're going to be replacing the brake pads on this car, and I'm also going to do something that people don't typically do, but you should do, and I'm going to be honing the brake rotors. And that's basically just a quick process of getting off the old pad material so that the new pad material can break in nice and well. And that's going to be done with this. So I got a honing tool. I actually got this on Amazon. And I'm going to show you guys how to use it today. There's not a lot of videos out there on how to use these properly. So I'm going to do this to get the old brake pads material that's been embedded on the rotors off, so it has a nice smooth mating surface. And we got some new OEM pads. But let's get forward. So it's an added step. A lot of people are buying these lately, don't know how to use it, so I wanted to make a video on how to use them. And that's what I kind of tried, but we got it off. I don't want to spend too much energy with that. Quick inspection of the tire, looks good. All right. What I'm going to do is take this bolt, it has a recessed head in it, and I'm just going to put it over there, and I'm just going to tap it a little bit to get it started and not fuck up my paint. So they're just back in there. You could actually press on this tab, the spring, and just pull it out the rest of the way, rather than having to tap them. There we go. Pin one's out. This baby drops down. That's that. And we'll just pull out the second pin. Cool, right? 13mm socket. You gotta watch out for your brake line. It's right there, but you'll be fine. I'm even using an extended socket, so you don't have to. That's it. It's cracked already. So you can kind of see the thread lock on that. Green from GM is basically equivalent to blue for us. And you just pull out this bolt. See how much dust there is from those pads. Hands. Let's do the first one. Now at first it's pretty hard, but then it goes. Gosh, I think I got those. All right, I think we got them. So we're gonna take our left outside or inside and pull this sucker out. Yeah, we still got pad on them, but they are traveling more and I don't like that. So I figured I'd just replace them. These, on the other hand, yeah, they're still pad, still a couple thousand miles, but let's get them replaced anyways. Now I'm giving these to another guy because he's going to be getting rid of his car fairly soon, and he's going to want these. So clean things up, get some clean them off a little bit. Because I know that spraying that doesn't really get it off. I'm sure we all know that. So I gotta be honest, I really do enjoy doing this. I enjoy working on cars. I I enjoy making things work right first. But I'm gonna show you how to hone these rotors now. So I'm gonna show you guys how to hone these rotors. So honing is basically taking off the pad deposits that's there before, not messing up the metal, but just going on and scuffing this surface up. So I'm gonna do it on the car because I don't feel like taking these off. So simply put, you buy one of these. This is coarse. We're not going to apply a lot of pressure. We just want enough to get the dark spots off and all the grooves and stuff like that. This is going to be pretty straightforward once you start doing it. So let's let that dry real quick, and we're just going to kind of start on the inside and move to the outside. You kind of turn it. And you start seeing how it's scuffing it up right there. It's taking it all out. We're not applying a lot of pressure. We're keeping it nice and easy. I'm kind of doing this a little sloppy, but as you get your hand in there, you'll figure this out. This is really simple. The directions say specifically don't go longer than 10 to 15 seconds. You don't want to warm this baby up too much. It's still nice and cool. We're going to keep going. Definitely suggest wearing a mask. This is sandstone or something of the nature. You see that? See how it's all varnished up or whatever you want to call it? That looks beautiful. Sweet. And that's basically where we want to get it. That's literally how easy it is to use this tool, and I really encourage you guys to do this. I still see a little bit on that outside wheel. You can still see it's kind of a little dark, but for the most part, this is perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the wheel so I can face it towards me, and I'm going to do the same thing on the back side. One thing to note, when you're doing this, you don't want to press directly on the rotor. You don't want to do 100% on the rotor. You actually want to do this at an angle and kind of go like that. Don't press a lot. Just let the beads do their work, and take it at an angle. If you put it flat on, you're going to jump around and you're going to create like high and low spots, and obviously you don't want that. This isn't really enough to remove much material from the rotor, which is a good thing because these are pretty hard rotors. But just go easy with it. Take it at an angle so everything goes nice and smooth, and just turn it with your hand as you go. Let's even that out a little bit. That's probably going to be enough. So you see the surface is pretty scuffed up now. Perfect crosshatch patterns for rotors. So that's how you use this thing. It's not a hard tool to use. Don't overcomplicate it. It's really quite straightforward. Just get it on there, and don't be afraid to use it. Light pressure. You can see the beads kind of got a little bit messed up in there. That's just they do wear down over time, and you will have to replace it. But I have to say, this one's actually pretty good. I got the cheaper one on Amazon, not even the brand name. And I'm not a fan of Amazon in general. I usually say buy from somewhere else if you can, but it got here fast enough. So that's how it's going to all come out. I'm just going to use a real little bit of this stuff, nothing too much. This is Ceramic Extreme Brake Parts Lubricant Silicone. So you want to make sure you're actually using this right stuff. A lot of people like to use that blue brake grease, but that'll make your seals absorb the moisture in them, and they will eventually get soft and they will tear. It takes quite a while to do it, but that is true. So you want to make sure you're using the right stuff. And the way that I've noticed it mostly is the silicone ceramic stuff. It's not clear. So the other stuff is kind of clear, right? This stuff is like solid color. So that's kind of how you know it. But yeah, use the right stuff. A lot of people don't know that as well. Now this car doesn't have slide pins. You can reuse this hardware. It's okay. I'll probably replace it eventually, but it'll be fine for right now. Just make sure everything's cleaned up. And if you're curious, like me, you like to engineer things and question everything. The way that these pins work is you can see here that there is kind of like a crush metal thing. So when you push them in, this crushes in, that holds them in place. And the pads sit on this, and that's what keeps them aligned. So pretty straightforward. It's a really simple design, and I'm pretty sure I want Brembos for the rest of my life in every car I have, because good day for me in batteries. But we got the pads in. We're gonna have to use my cell phone right now for the rest. And this is the bolt pin and the bolt in place. I'm gonna make sure that sits in there. First punch pin, just put it through and line up those pads. Alright. And we're going to do the same thing with the second punch pin. So we're going to take it back out. So we're just going to pre-align our pads. Looks like they're nice and happy already. So we'll take it out. Now we're going to go ahead and put on this sucker. Alright, now we just got to get this last pin in. So in order to do this, I'm going to have to push this down quite a bit and then get the pin through. So let's do it. Sweet. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay, cool. So this is going to be how it goes. I did that with one hand, so you guys could definitely do this. What a loser. I saw another guy online use a piece of cardboard. Probably be a lot better. But I got one hand. See the pen starting to come through. Holy hell.
So obviously I would do this a little bit more elegantly if I wasn't holding the cell phone, but you know, things happen. Let's get the other one in. There you go. Brakes are changed. I am excited about that. Did I scratch that? No, I did not. Okay. I am excited that these are done. I got clean pads in there. I'm going to spray it all down with brake cleaner now, at least here on the rotors. And we're going to go out and bed them in, see how they feel. Those are massive. It's worth noting too, if you got a 1LE, you'll get that ticking in heavy turns if you don't clean up this hub and the inside part of the wheel that sits on it. So the flex hone actually does pretty good on that too. You can clean out that outside perimeter for any rust, and then just go in with your sandpaper and clean off the rest of the edges. And that's what causes that ticking when you're in heavy turns. Is I'm going to take a little bit of our brake grease, and I mean a little bit, and I'm going to use that across here, and that's going to prevent the rusting. And if you're at home and you're getting excited, that's on you, man. Alright, I wanted to show you guys how those rotors now look. Now that I've gotten some miles on the car, I've probably driven today maybe about 40 miles or so, just driving around. Did a little bit of canyon twisties, just a little, nothing crazy, but they're there you can see they're setting in pretty nicely. Now you can see that line right there, that was on there with the last pads too. So they're bedding in pretty nicely. This will eventually just become a nice, you know, less tarnished surface, I guess you want to call it. But that's exactly how they should look. They bite really well. There's just increased bite. I noticed that, and obviously the pads bite pretty good, but rather than just slapping on pads, I think this is the way to go. So that's it. If any of this information was helpful to you, if you could like and subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. Otherwise, keep watching the channel. We're going to get into the power mods, start doing some reviews in the next video.